Interact with us on Facebook. Now, here's your host, Brian the Beast London.
Welcome back to All Canes Radio, the Beast Brian London, live from Shake Shack in the Gables, 1450 South Dixie Highway, right across from the University of Miami. Stone's throw from the U, where they have great burgers, great fries, great everything is great here at Shake Shack. Flowing beer, even a nice spring water to keep your voice nice and good. Oh, the ice cream is good. Everything is good here at Shake Shack. Even the guests that you happen to find roaming around Shake Shack. We got one of the best guys ever. I started off the show by saying I'm not sure there's a former player that I have as much respect for or as much a love for as Andre King. And it goes because, you know, when he was on campus, he did things always the right way. And it was always a huge respect for me for that. So we welcome the King, the original King of Miami to All Canes Radio. We've been waiting for this for a long time, Andre. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Yes, I am the original King. I am going to be humble, though.
Yeah.
Because the King was here before LeBron got here, but he's taking the King thing to another level.
Right. Can you dunk?
Yes. I can still dunk. Not like him, but I can dunk. I can still get up. Yes.
That's good.
And wait, Beast, don't forget to mention, he is also an avid All Canes Radio listener.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's
like the during the radio broadcast tweets that we get.
I will tweet if I'm not doing homework.
We sit during commercial breaks and just be like, really, Andre? Really? Don't you have stuff? I mean, you're like a coach, an athletic director. You got stuff to do.
You have children, a
wife. I mean, come on, man. Let's start where you are now.
Yes.
All right? Because people want to know where you went to after you ended your NFL career. So tell us what you're doing now.
Well, now I am happy to be the athletic director and head varsity football coach at Loganville Christian Academy in Georgia. I am smack dab in the middle of UGA Bulldog country. I'm so happy to be home. I can see the orange and green, the U. I am so sick of seeing that G that's red and black, and I'm happy to be home to see green and orange, and the beach is fabulous. I've been working on my tan the last few days. I think I've got it blended
slightly
a little
better
bit.
than mine.
Yes. But happy to be up there. My kids go to school there, and we actually won our first football championship this past fall.
Yeah, we saw that, and love watching the results coming in and the motivation you give your guys on Twitter and stuff like that. How'd you fall into coaching? How'd you get into coaching and athletics and all this stuff?
Yeah, well, when I was in Cleveland, when I retired, I hung around at Baldwin Wallace College. It's right there next to Brown's training camp, and befriended the head coach there. And he said, hey, can you come work with my receivers? I was a free agent at the time, so it got me a chance to work out with the receiving crew, got to know the receiving coach, and travel with them a little bit. It's Division III football. You guys might be familiar with Mount Union. Is the big team that wins Division III football all the time. They have like 15 championships. So helped those guys out, got my feet wet in there. I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed going back and teaching the next generation of athletes, and then just kept doing it. Helped out at a high school in the same area, and then when I moved back to Atlanta, word got around at my school that I had a decent pass in athletics and sports, and they were looking for a new athletic director and head varsity football coach. So it was just kind of a great match, and we've been there for 6 years.
How do you balance both athletic director and head football coach? Because, I mean, I remember in high school, we had just a head football coach that didn't do anything else, would come, at 3 o'clock and run practice and do that and go home. But how are you doing both?
And do you have to teach or no, you don't have to teach?
Yeah, no teaching.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's plenty. It's plenty.
I can't imagine.
Doing the athletic director and coaching a fall sport is nuts. During the fall, I'm an absentee dad because I'm there at 7 o'clock and I don't get home till 7:30.
Right.
His wife concurs.
Yeah. Gave a look over here. Yeah.
So the fall is rough, but we enjoy the summer because we get to come to the beach. We bring the kids and we have a good time. But it's rough. You have to balance. Right now during the summertime, I get ahead of my scheduling. I finish all the fall scheduling before we get out of school because all the ADs they're taking their summer breaks as well. So we get ahead of the schedule. I try and stay a full season ahead as far as scheduling wise, like basketball and baseball for 2014 is already finished, and then you filter in because there's always going to be train wrecks and setup breakdown you have to do, greeting coaches and greeting teams that you always have to do. So you want to set up your schedule long in advance, and then you're able to sit back and enjoy the event.
So how many sports do you have that you have to oversee?
Yeah, I oversee all the sports. We have 10 sports and like 30, I think last count, 35 to 37 teams, because like a basketball team, we'll have like 8 basketball teams going down to 10 and under, all the way up to varsity.
Oh, your school is way more than high school.
Yes, it's K4 through 12.
And you're over all of that?
If they dribble a ball, throw a ball, hit a ball, swing a bat, yes.
I could definitely, I don't even know, but you're overworked and underpaid. I can definitely say that.
Can we get an amen to that?
Yeah,
Amen.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But, wow, I didn't realize, man,
Wait,
you must have some weird Excel spreadsheets.
Do they have organized, like, sports in kindergarten?
Well, no, we go down to 8 and under. So if you're in, say, first grade, we'll partner with a local rec team. We'll put all our kids that play basketball or play baseball for our school in that league, and they're coached by one of the guys that I hire or gals that I hire. So they're getting taught the LCA Lion way right from the start, because they're going to grow up in that same system.
Right.
You right away became the varsity football coach without ever being, like an offensive coordinator before. So what was that like for you to just jump right in and take over a program?
Yeah, I tell you, it was a lot easier than I thought it would be, because I had such great teachers here at the U or in Cleveland, because I basically used the same playbook that I had here at Miami, and I blended it with what we learned in Cleveland and put it together. And we were running Peyton Manning's offense. We're running, Curtis Johnson, Larry Coker's, route trees, and we just made it happen. We taught them little by little, and the kids caught on.
What would you say was the toughest part for you when you first started coaching?
I think just getting our kids to love football like everybody else that loves football in the Southeast. It's a hard sport to play. You don't play in a gym. You're in the heat 2 days. You have 20 pounds of pads on, the helmet's hot, and I said, guys, if you make it through training camp, we'll be better for it. And every year the kids have gotten better and better. We've challenged them every year with 110s in the summer, 7-on-7 camps, just take them to all these different little camps to get them better. But the main thing was getting them to love football and understand that football was a tough sport, and it put the hair on your chest quickly.
Yeah, so what was the difference? What it must have been your coaching technique that got you guys to the championship this year. What was the difference? What made it so successful this season?
I think the coaching staff and I put in a great platform, a great foundation of different plays. I mean, I vividly remember running like the same play offensively in like 3 different formations. But as a defensive coach, you're seeing that, you're thinking that's 7 different plays.
Right.
The kids just did a great job of remembering and recalling all the things that we've taught to them, over the years, defensively and offensive. I mean, we ended the season with 28 kids, total on the varsity. So they're playing 3 ways. We call it Iron Man football, where you're an iron line. You play offense, defense, and special teams. Don't care who you are. So that's why the summer is vital. We run, we condition. We're going to be the most conditioned team in the league, period.
Do you do 110s, sand pits? Do you find yourself doing a lot of Swayze-like workouts?
Absolutely. Again, that's what I came out of. That's what I've bred doing. So that's all I knew was to train them what, Coach Swayze taught us, and Big Baby, Moffitt, who was with us here, is not at LSU. We did all their workouts. So, yeah, summer 110s is a plus. 7-on-7 stuff. Training camp, we're just breaking ground and hopefully finishing our strength and conditioning facility at the campus. Hopefully that'll be finished July 1st when we get back. Love training in that. We get to train in the morning and during the day after practice if we need to, just so we can get that lift in.
But 28 kids, Andre, why is that? Is it that your school is a smaller school? Is it That's not a lot of kids.
It's not a lot of kids at all. Again, we only have about 190 kids in the high school,
Right.
and you have that many kids that love football, and there's a lot of other boys that we recruit that need to come out there, that we love to come out there, but it's tough. It's a hard sport, and the coach's motto is we're going to dance with the one we bring to the prom, and if it's 28 or 25, as long as we have 11, we can play football.
I brought a tall Russian to the prom, and she ignored me the whole night. Just want to say that. Andre King is our guest here on All Canes Radio, talking about where he is now up in the Atlanta area coaching, athletic director at a school up there. Let me ask you a question. You want to stay there forever? You want to move up in the coaching ranks? What's your goal? What's the long range plan?
Yeah, well, it's always, there's always a carrot out there. You never know. We're there for now. That's where God's placed us, and we're having influence there. We're using our platform, and we enjoy it. Adrian and I are on the same schedule, but you never know. I mean, we're there for a season and a reason, and when it's time for us to move on, we'd love to look at any opportunities, but right now we're enjoying it. The kids love the school. My daughter's there. Her name's Alana King. She wants me to give her a little shout out. She's fabulous. She's destined to be famous, I'm telling you. But yeah, the school's great. You can follow us on Twitter at the school if you need to. LCA Lions Sports is our Twitter handle, and I'm always shooting stuff to there, and it's a good deal.
Are you? Do you find yourself getting out there during baseball season too?
During baseball season, absolutely. I tell folks that I coach football, but I absolutely love baseball.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was my first love. If the baseball field is not well manicured and lined off and cut before the game, I'm upset. But sometimes I have to just deal with it. Baseball is one of those, it's a great American pastime. You can't mess with it. It's a round ball, round bat. If you fail 7 times, you're in the Hall of Fame. So
Right.
it's extremely hard. But when you succeed, man, it's a beautiful thing.
How about your Braves?
Bravos. I still love my Braves. I built the AAA stadium is maybe 10-15 minutes from my house now, so we take the kids over there during the summer. We get down to Atlanta once or twice a summer to see the big Braves play. Still have some friends, the coaches on the coaching staff. Coach Snicker, third base coach, he always hooks us up with some tickets, so it's always great to go down there to turn the field.
One thing I want to ask Andre is, we've had a lot of former teammates of yours come back. They're also coaches. Mike Rump's the head coach. A lot of guys. Kevin Beard's a coach as well. We've had a lot of guys on there. One thing they've said is it's just so hard to teach these guys now during the Madden age, during time where all they want to do is run inside and play a video game and not run around outside like when we were kids we wanted to do.
Yeah, because I did a lot of running.
Well, maybe then, not now.
No, I did run around a lot then.
You were
You're a cross-country guy, man.
Yeah.
You're a cross-country guy, man.
And discus. You did some discus too?
I did tennis, soccer, not a lot of contact. My mom wouldn't let me because she was afraid her little boy would get hurt, but that's okay. But yeah, to Platon's point, every guy we talked to said, man, it ain't like when we were growing up. These guys, they want to be on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and playing the Madden and playing the games, and they don't want to be outside working. Do you find that?
It's tough. It's definitely tough. Like I said before, you're not inside the gym where it's 75 and air conditioned. You're outside in the heat.
Right.
You're 100 degrees, 90 degrees, and we have to have a monitor to tell us, how many hours we can be out there practice. Is it an hour, 30 minutes? And it's definitely a tough man sport, but it is tough, especially when you don't have 80 guys to choose from, but you have to make do. The kids that love it, the kids that want to be out there, they're going to beat you to the stadium. They're going to beat you to the practice field and to the weight room.
Can you use the same motivational tactics that maybe your coaches used 10 years ago, 15 years ago? Does it work on this generation of kids?
I think the kids that care and want to achieve next level success. Talking about going to college,
right.
Big school, small school, walk on. The kids that want to go to college, you can motivate them till the cows come home. The other kids, it is tough because not everybody's going to be on the same page as wanting to go to college and get their education education paid for. So it gets tough on that point, but the kids that want to thrive, they want more of it.
All right, we're going to take a break here at All Canes Radio. When we come back, we're going to get back to Andre's days at the U. Have to figure out his reminiscing on some of the big plays that he might have made. We'll talk about that and more when we come back after this. Andre King live on All Canes Radio, live from Shake Shack in the Gables, 1450 South Dixie Highway. Back after this on All Canes Radio.